it to the layman's
term. What it
filibuster.
is basically, when you're in the Senate, and you're a senator, and you have the floor, you can talk as long as you want.
Yeah. Sure.
If you can talk the whole night through, you can talk as long as you want. Those are the rules. A lot of bills been blocked, not passed, because senators have got up there and filibustered, which means basically they can get up and talk for as long as they want. And that's what Cory Booker did. He got up there and said yesterday, I get up here with the intent that I can go as long as I can go, still paraphrasing it, until I cannot go anymore. He went 25 hours, I believe, and broke Strom Thurmond, that racist bastard, broke his record. For a black man.
Okay. Let's it's a lot. Because when you say filibuster, when you say filibuster, somebody can just hold up a bill and just keep talking forever and ever, as long as they want.
Yeah.
Just hold the bill up.
Yeah.
And the last time that happened was when somebody was holding up the bills that was strictly to free and give civil rights to black people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a person that stood up and held it up because that party did not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name? Thurman.
Strom Thurmond.
That one. That motherfucker. We got to talk about him one day. And that's another thing we're going to start doing. We're going to start going in depth in some of these key figures back in the civil rights era that y'all need to know. The white ones too. They're the ones y'all really need to know, to be honest with you. Because y'all know about the motherfucker bitch that sit on the bus and ain't want to move. Y'all know that shit. But do y'all know the white motherfuckers that was spraying the motherfucking water hoses? I think we need to talk about those clowns. You know what I'm saying? When we expand, you know what I'm saying? That's something we need to start really doing more and shit like that. But I give him credit. I like what he did. And just like I said, the last time it happened, it was a racist pig trying to hold up our rights. And this time it was a black man holding up, trying to stop them from taking certain rights and certain privileges from Americans. So which one you think is more important? The white man that was standing up against civil rights for 24 hours, or the black man in 2025 that was standing up for equality and Social Security and health care for everyone? I mean, which one of those?
The one that happened today.
I mean, we got to answer these things so people understand why, in general, why we Democrats. You feel me?
Yeah, the one that happened today. Well, people don't follow politics. And even though he was part of the old Democratic Party at the time, Strom Thurmond was one of the heroes. And he was a racist hunk of shit.
Mm.
And that record, for racists, they love some shit like that. That motherfucker Strom Thurmond stood up there for 24 hours and 18 minutes and he fought for the cause of the white man to own these niggas.
New record. 25.
Right. And I think in 2025 it was a black man that went out there that took down that monument in front of in something that started last night. I was watching when it first started. And then I tuned in and out and in and out. I'm like, shit. Yeah, so I feel he going for a record. He gonna break that record. He gonna drop right on the Senate floor.
Give people understanding what we're talking about.
Right.
Standing on the floor was Booker. And
story after story I read that just are such a betrayal, not of democratic values, but of American values. When you sacrifice your core values by And you sacrifice them to a demagogue who says, this is all about your safety. When you sacrifice your core principles for your safety, you will achieve neither. He wants to take power from our Congress. And the thing that is killing me, that is actually breaking my heart, Brother Warnock, the thing that's actually breaking my heart is that we're letting them. That's why we're here. No business as usual. No business as usual. We're not doing the usual order. We're talking about these things. We're making the case. We talked about immigration. We talked about Medicaid. We talked about Medicare. We talked about health care. We talked about medical research. We talked about Social Security. We're marching through. We're marching through. And what the president has done is left our allies feeling abandoned, feeling degraded and insulted. He's left our adversaries feeling emboldened, and has done things that has hurt our national security, that has made Americans less safe. I just feel that Trump mocks us. What does his Liberation Day mean to the people that are shackled to debt? From medical debt, that are shackled with student debt, that can't afford the rising cost of groceries. What's his liberation mean? To people who are chained by fear right now, waiting with bated breath to see if the Medicaid programs they rely on are going to be cut. What does his liberation mean? To people who are literally in jails right now because they were disappeared from our streets. What does his liberation mean to people who can't afford homes because of his tariffs, who dreamed of a new car, but that's going to go up as well? I don't know what he means by liberation. I honestly don't. I wish he'd explain it to the American people. Who's liberated?
Good.
I gotta go back over a few points that was made on both sides.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you?
Good.
Switch to TurboTax Full Service. Launched with a TurboTax.
Okay. No sooner than a few weeks after the election was over, get me right if I'm wrong, you said Kamala need to be back out there now. I need her out there now because she got to come back, or what they were saying. I say, you know where I stand. I think she out of it for a minute. But I went on to say, even if she doesn't jump back out there right now, it's still a hole. Who's going to jump in the hole and be the voice of the Democratic Party? Or at least attempt to be the voice of the Democratic Party and take the bull by the horns. So those are points that we both made, and I think your Kamala talk, her watch is about to be up on her coming out. But
Best believe it.
in the meantime, in between time, who's going to take the bull by the horn, or who's going to take the reins to be the voice of the party, put it out there? Cory Booker just did that. Now, and he did it in a hell of a ride. What he did is so deep on so many levels. It would take this whole part and probably two afterwards to really dissect what on so many levels. It was deep what he did. I mean, can't stop him from doing what the fuck they really want to do in the end, but he stepped up there, and people listened for it's about 25 hours or so. For 25 hours or so, he got up there, captured the attention of everybody, all the news organizations. He got this all over Trump. All the news organizations, everybody covered it, and it was covered in mainstream media. So he took all the way from Trump while breaking down and knocking out one of their oldest monuments in the government, in the Senate, is Strom Thurmond's 24-hour, 18-minute speech or filibuster against civil rights in 1957, something like that, I believe. He did all of that while he forced people to listen to him, not only in the Senate, but outside the Senate. I ain't gonna say the whole world, but a good portion of the country got this. And even by the clip you paid, he began to say, you said something that you have said needed to be said. It took him 25 hours to do it. He did it over 25 hours and he listened. He began to set the narrative. Whereas he was leader of the party, where would he lead it? This is where we are at and need to be. What's happening on Medicaid? This is what they're trying to do. This is where what's happening, what they're doing with poor people. This is what they're doing with this. And he pointed out what they was fighting for, what the Democrats are fighting for. And the Senate Democrats are fighting for. Now you begin, if you're smart to build on it, and you want to follow and get behind this man that did what he just did, he began to set a narrative that you can use, basically go to the people.
It's a lot about this joint, right? First, like you said, I agree with you. Somebody had to step up. And Kamala right now, that's an issue. For real. It's more than an issue than I thought, to be honest with you. And you appreciate the fact that somebody does this, but at the same time, how do you do it is the key point. Like 25 hours is good, but what are you saying? Are you getting the point across? To me, I think him doing that, he got the point across ASAP. First of all, you in this joint for hours and hours. But the thing that I like that he did for the 25 hours was to point out a situation that would not happen unless the orange fuck demon Trump did it. So that's what I wanted. That's what I was talking about. Like, we cannot just let this stuff happen. People gotta know what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. And you gotta make them, like Chuck Schumer blew the first chance to let everybody happen, where you could have let them do whatever the fuck and they vote and not vote with that. That would have been the first chance right there. He blew it. Now he lucky that this man took the time out and said, fuck, I'm gonna stand up here for 24 hours. He was lucky for that. Mm-hmm. Chuck Schumer really dropped the ball because his chance was not to vote for that bullshit last week. And then spin off that with the narrative. ASAP, he blew that. Oh no, it was worse. If you did this, it was worse than this. It was worse. Fuck you. Like, you fucked that up. Simple. If my man Cory Booker, then you had something? I seen something. Yeah, Cory Booker, something up here. I don't see it. All right. And my man Cory Booker, if he didn't do that, then you wouldn't have another shot at changing the narrative. Like you were just saying, you need somebody. Me personally, I was talking about Kamala because she already had millions of people listening to her. So it's easy for her to carry a narrative like Orange the fuck Trump did. Even when he wasn't running, he was still running his narratives, even though he wasn't running. Oh, Biden, hey, check, he's sending videos out of Biden falling that wasn't real. So he started his narrative. That's how you start a narrative, a false narrative, but you got to do that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he threw out videos here and there, some video here, he falling, and it wasn't real. By the time the news catch up and tell you, you know what, that was Trump lied, that wasn't real. You ain't hear that. You ain't hear that him correct that. You just saw the funny video. You done shared it and some more shit. And you think, man, Biden, oh fuck, he done fell off the steps or some shit like that. And it never happened. It's some IE shit. What the fuck is that? And to me, he started a narrative of Biden is too old for the office. And that's how you have to do it. Like this nigga here. But don't forget, Schumer, your bitch ass fucked the first time up. Let's not forget. Because if this man ain't take time out to say 24 hours, I'm just going to stand here, you wouldn't have had another chance to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? These are the chances. And another thing, as far as what I don't like about the joint, the only thing I don't like about the joint is he should have been like a handoff where, like you in relay race, this would have been more potent too. Because in reality, if you ain't, he gonna get some motherfucking like viral videos. He gonna get those, which is what you need. So he doing what he's supposed to do. But in the end, to really put a shock and awe in people where everybody in the nation would know is what he passed it to the next senator, and the next senator do it 24 hours. Pass to the next senator, and they do it 20. That would be a month and a half.
But you can't.
Yeah, let me see. Can you do that?
You can't do it like that because once he yields the floor and get a floor back, a Republican can jump in. Or it might be a Republican term, even if they do it like they do it at the hearing, you know.
So when they jump in, they could go 24 hours.
They can go and just put
I got you.
that.
So what he could do is ask a Democrat a question, or let a Democrat ask him a question.
That's why they did it.
He could do that.
That's what they did. He yielded.
So
Democrats, and shout out to the Democrats that did it.
So technically, you can't hand it off to another person.
You can't hand it off. You can't hand it off to another person because then
you gotta be talking to that person. You gotta be there
because you can.
You have to be there because you the one started the
you want to do it. It's your time to speak. So you ain't give you.
I got you.
If you give up your time, you give your time back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
So and once he gets the floor back, he can't. It's over.
And then the chairman, whatever the fuck, can end the whole thing.
That's why he said everybody. So you had a rack of Democrat senators that basically gave.
So how can he get away with the 24-hour joint?
Because you can.
How he get away with it then?
Because you can have a floor as long.
So he just kept talking. So if he stopped talking, then they could jump in.
Nah.
If he yield the floor.
If he say I get the floor back, or I guess if it get to the point where he ain't saying shit or whatever. He'll yield the floor to get a floor up. So it's somebody else's turn to speak. And more than likely than not, that'll be a Republican. So that puts an end to that. So that would be one way to prevent him just saying, or him saying, I yield the floor, and another Democrat jump up and say, I'm gonna take the floor and I'm gonna go blah blah blah.
Yeah, I was thinking you could say, all right, I yield the floor to Senator Warnock. And then Warnock go 24 hours.
No. So when they ask the questions, he say, I yield my time on the floor, whatever, I yield my time to blah 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 for ask a question, and I reserve the floor.
Can that person that asked the question, once he answered the question, can that person now go on a long diatribe?
Yeah. I don't think it could be that long. I mean,
I wonder how that shit work. That's why I say, like, they have to outsmart Republicans, bro. Like, if it's rules, bend those bitches. Like, once he do that, sling another person in there, let them go 24 hours, sling another motherfucker in there. And then Booker can come back in the morning after he got some nap. You know what I'm saying? We can do a shift on this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Once you up there, that's your time. Once you get your time back, up there, you basically you done. So it's somebody else's turn. And I guess I would think just to be on the fair side, because you have Republicans filibuster. You probably, I mean, Democratic bills in recent
Yeah.
Democratic control Senate. So both sides use it, but they cry about it when they don't have the power to do it.
Now this Booker, when he finally crossed the 25 hours.
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
I'm gonna read something right quick. This was a tweet. I guess it was a response about Fox News is losing their minds. And this was it's reading a tweet from Call to Activism. It says, of course, Fox News is still losing their minds over Cory Booker commanding a solid 22 hours on the floor. That's 22 hours he spoke, and the other 3 hours or so was the senators asking them questions and basically asking them long-winded questions so that he can get a break from speaking and get his thoughts together and whatnot. So it wasn't, he did the work, but they had a little help. But he says, of course, they are still losing their minds over Cory Booker commanded a solid 22 hours on the floor. What Fox News can't handle is that millions of Americans are hearing facts they won't otherwise hear on that channel. Democrats are energized. Now, I agree with the part about you hear facts on Fox that you wouldn't hear otherwise. That goes to show that he took control of the news cycle, that even Fox had to cover this. Fox News had to cover this and play that speech live. So he was kicking out facts to this audience, bringing receipts and telling these people what Democrats are going to do about it. Those Democrats in the Senate, which he is now numero uno of, they had to cover it. They had to push it out to them people, and it may be one. It may start with one or two and say, hold up, maybe he's right. And that'll lead to blah, 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 blah. The black guys right the button, the black bald-headed guy that stood up there and talked for 25 hours. Took down Strong Thurman's record. He make a lot of sense there. And they wouldn't hear this shit. So that was I don't know how big a win you call it, but it's a small victory.
I mean, in reality, most motherfucking Americans don't know they're doing that. Well, I say it'd been louder if you can string it along, but it's a start where you can spin off it. He can go on all the shows tomorrow. Every show that's named CNN shows, he can be on it tomorrow. He can be on all Fox shows. He can start going on these joints every day to spin off of this. As long as he have his joint once he get on there to have a message, have a motherfucking something to set the narrative with once you get on these stations. Once you're there, boom, set the narrative.
Oh, he's there. He's gonna be, I guess after he gets some sleep, he'll be on everything.
All stations. And then you gotta start giving these things names. Like, for example, the cabinet alone. You just gotta call them, it's like something like a Trump cabinet full of crooks or some shit like that.
Right.
Crooks or some shit. Crook cabinet something, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like put something on this young. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of them are billionaire crooks and shit. Corporate crooks. Corporate crooks cabinet. Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And start saying that. Get all the senators to say that. Once the one American step up and start saying corporate crook cabinets, then you did it. You don't send a message. You know what I'm saying? But like this is a start where you can now, once you get on these stations, have something short and sweet, like you said, like what you said, 10 minutes, 10 words, some shit you said earlier. 10 words or something.
Do what he did tonight.
10 words
Don't
or
use
something.
100 words what Tim will do.
Yeah.
Get out there and make it plain.
And then once you get out there, like Trump, I gotta give Trump credit. It's been 2-3 sentences. When one sentence, 2 or 3 words is his whole joint.
And
Break it down. Do that.
and like I was saying, right now, look, the first thing you gotta do before you can energize the country, you gotta energize your base. And what Cory Booker did now, what I'm saying out there online is they loving what he did, and they loving how he did it because he was speaking plain. Even Frank Lutz, if those who like us who watch politics know who Frank Lutz is, he's that poster. Even the feedback he putting out there, and he know he straight leans right. He wasn't gonna want to put out them fucked up ass polls.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, but even he, give him credit for doing what he did because it it's starting to energize the base. And what happened? Who is, as we say, and then some people are called us, you can call us race baiters or you can call us whatever the fuck. What is the base? Black people. Right now, the black people are the base of the Democratic Party. Black people and Jewish people. We got some black Jewish people. So for him to get up there, that's why I said what he did today, over the course from last night into this evening, it is deep on so many levels because you can pull so much out of it. And you see that everybody loved what he did, and he spoke to everybody, and he didn't get out there and try to talk like he was educated or overly educated, or he talking down and using these big ass fucking words. And like I said, we both been saying using 100 words when 10 are due, and talk to the people playing. He did it. The band got up there and he showed you what the fuck he could do. He got in front. Basically, he didn't get in front of the country. He ended up in front of the country to a certain extent. I mean, not to put it on the level of Trump giving a speech or whatever the fuck, but he did it. What he did was big, and it got noticed and it got heard. So every clip that they, like you said, make clips out of it.
Yeah.
Every clip that you make is on him. He went through every issue out there, from the economy to healthcare to whatever, roads and bridges. He talked about every fucking thing, and he talked about it to everybody. And what the things that he talked about is one of the things that I said, you have to have a message that appeals to every wing of the party. We can argue on how to get there once you get in there, but what he did, he talked to every wing of the party, and because even when he got to racism, motherfuckers, they got to go through y'all to get to us. We the prize, fool. So I think it's a start. It's for him. It's a start because he already ran for president once. A motherfucker can catch fire off of something like this. Because to talk for 25 hours or so, you had to talk about a lot of shit.
Hell yeah.
That's
why I said
you did what I'm
that
saying?
was the big point of touching everything that he's doing that a Democrat wouldn't do at this point. That's what I always wanted.
Right. And he also, that's why we can go for days on what this speech means to a lot of shit. As for taking the Senate back, you got a fighter in the Senate. And what we just say, the message appealed to everybody. He didn't leave nobody out. He talked to everybody. So now he is will people want to unify around a Cory Booker? He already ran once, so he know how to navigate in there, and he know what he need to do that he didn't do last time. And now he the one that's at this point setting the narrative, because they're gonna want him on every. I guess by Sunday
He gonna have a chance.
He got a chance to put himself out there, and
But if he get on these shows and stop being wishy-washy,
Nah.
which I think he's gonna do eventually, and start, I will work with a Republican if he does XYZ, or Republicans are good. And if they don't do, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to hit none of that wild shit no more, bro.
he can't. Look, in a way, this is the way I see it. In a way, he took power away from Chuck Schumer today also, because he can't be wishy-washy anymore. He talked for 25 hours. He put it all out there. He ain't hold nothing back. So whatever he stood on in that speech on the Senate floor, that's on record for the nation. That's a part of American history, regardless of the time. It was always going to be recorded, but now it's going to be recorded forever. You got a black man on the Senate floor. They put out a unifying message for over 25 hours, and it ended up, it started out small, and it ended up to a certain extent in front of the nation. He made history, so on and so forth. At this point, barring that Kamala stay out, because if Kamala decide that she wanted to get back in, then it's a different story. But right now, he the man.
I don't want to give him Kamala right now because Monday I'm gonna torture her ass if I don't hear nothing. But that's Monday.
Oh man.
I'm just hoping he know how to spin it, because he haven't been a person that does that. So I'm hoping he know what he's doing now, because Crocker is more of a person who know how to spin it. If he know how to spin it like she do, like she know how to put something, like now he put a mark on where everybody gonna want to talk to him. Even YouTubers gonna call him. He gonna have so many people gonna call him. He gonna be so many places in the next week after he gets some sleep. He gonna be everywhere, bro. He gonna be on everything.
Yeah, right.
And that is the chance right then and there. Whether the Democrats are ready or not, they're gonna have to listen to whatever you said.
Yeah, he the man.
Set it from this point on, and everybody jump on board. Stop fucking bullshitting, bro. Calmly, I'll talk to you Monday. But right now, if he can jump on and make him the one, take it from here. Simple as that. You set yourself up good because people saw you put in a fight. So that's the first step. Second step, we want to see you go on these motherfucking channels and articulate what the fuck is the future with all for that. If you could do that, now you done moved yourself up to Crockett land. Jasmine Crockett land.
I'm gonna say this.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this. He got a team behind him. They say his staff, right? See, I'm gritty dissect some, dissect some shit for y'all.
You know.
And they say that, he got together with his staff or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And, that means his team. I mean, he got a team behind him. Because when, and I'm not going to say if, in my opinion, when he just threw the gauntlet in of Booker 2028. So, on the for real, if he ended up catching fire, it's going to force her hand. And she's going to have to come out sooner or later if somebody like Booker catch fire. Because now, as you were saying, he's going to be everywhere. And every time somebody say something or do an interview, they're going to be asked, well, do you agree with Cory Booker on this?
Exactly.
And right now, Now we're gonna find out how smart the new Democrats are.
Can he do it? Can he spin this thing?
Who is the one? Who will be the one that will come out when they ask, well, are you with Cory Booker and the Senate Democrats or whatever, Cory Booker on where he stands and what he talked to, what he said on the Senate floor about Medicare, about Social Security, about this, about labor unions, about whatever he talked about. Who's going to be the one right now that's stupid enough to say, nah, I don't agree with none of that, or I don't agree with something in this, or I agree with something else.
Yeah, we're gonna start pointing those dinos out real soon.
Right. So
Dino, what the fuck? Am I saying this shit right, bro? I wish Teresa was here tonight. Man. We can get this straight.
Dino.
We're gonna give you credit for this, even though Don Lemon gonna take it. We'll give Teresa credit for the dinos, Dino.
Right. So over the next few weeks, it's going to be
Democrats in name only.
Now, over the next few weeks, as I've seen, as I watch politics, I think it's ready to heat up now. And on the Democratic side, it's about to heat up, especially now that we found out today that these motherfuckers are sending shit over Gmail. I ain't saying it's classified shit like all the other shit they be doing, but this shit with these people in national security and these people with the government secrets and all, they a little bit too loose. And I mean, y'all can Hillary this, Hillary that.
Yeah, they passed that.
They still don't know what the fuck Hillary had. Ain't nobody hacked Hillary shit. Hillary wasn't sending shit over Gmail. Okay, if you want to say what
that is crazy.
Right. They wasn't
like her shit was her ex-husband server, which was the fucking president. His shit is secure. Right. Gmail? Right. Gmail, no.
And one of the things y'all kept saying during that whole Hillary Clinton shit was, it could get hacked. It's a private server, it could get hacked. Her shit ain't been hacked.
Gmail?
You motherfuckers, y'all just sending shit all over private phones. That means
Gmail is crazy.
Y'all going around, y'all trying to go around. Y'all trying to go around the proper channels and the records act to do what the fuck to do the rotten shit that y'all doing and don't have that shit recorded. And that shit is motherfucking
greedy corporate crooks
forever. And y'all can try to get rid of the evidence of whatever the fuck you doing. But y'all stupid motherfuckers know this motherfuckers out here hackers. It's these motherfucking hacking motherfuckers is hacking in all kind of wild shit. And if you think these motherfuckers, now that they know that y'all doing stupid shit like that, ain't trying to hack into y'all shit, put malware on your phones and all this other shit. Y'all motherfuckers just made yourself targets, and y'all know China is famous for this shit.
These niggas on Gmail though, bruh.
Right.
Like, I can't even explain that.
God, what the fuck?
Like,
y'all can reach me on Gmail.
Like, what are we doing? You really want everybody to die at this point? Like, come on. You can't be that stupid and ignorant to facts that way. You just Gmail though, when you talking about some national shit, you really think that was okay? Nobody thought of that. The whole gang of them didn't think of it.
They didn't think about it when they was doing shit on Signal. And they wasn't giving a fuck about and giving a fuck enough to double check who the fuck they was letting in the chat.
That shit is dangerous.
These people are careless. These people are stupid. These people are negligent. These people are dangerous.
Yeah, they don't get somebody hurt.
This ain't the first time they be doing this shit. If the Washington Post does this shit, come on. And see, this is kind of this see, like I see beyond. I'll say this. This is where I feel. My man's right here. He's more. I want to see this shit happening. I want to see this shit happening now. That's how I see him and in the perspective that he come from. He come from he want a quick and decisive action. I'll say that. Me, I tend to look at the bigger pictures. And the bigger picture is if the Democrats, they giving it to you. They not only
There's 1,000.
you got a man that's basically just set the agenda or set the narrative or begin to on the overall overarching message. And then the fucking details, these stupid motherfuckers are giving it to you. If you want to go at them on national security, well, we're more secure. And then they just hand you the motherfucking ball and say, well, here, take this. Oh shit, they sending national security messages over Gmail.
That's why I say you got they gotta put all that in one bottle of corporate crooks or something. Like all this got bottled up into one thing where Americans can bite that into damn the country being run by corporate motherfucking crooks. Real simple, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that swallows up everything they doing. Like when you start saying they stealing your social security, oh, that's a corporate crook.
Yeah.
Everything will go like you know what I'm saying?
I see these corporate crooks. I mean, you hear language. It's a lot of people speaking like that out there, but it ain't, you know. I guess the one thing ain't catch fire yet, because you know you can try to label them something, and Trump will come back and label you something. You know, Trump
I want to see like an ad that's using these names. Give Americans something to hear, something they can take. Like if right now, if you show a ad, right, where you got Trump sitting there with a smug look on his face, then you got in the background people losing their jobs, lights out, food, you can't get your insulin. All that's happening in the background while he's standing there with a smug look on his face, and you say, "Make America Great Again" at the end. Then you have a visual of what are you saying now to people? You feel me? And all that will connect. And somebody sitting there that just lost their government job, and this happening as we speak. People probably lost their job yesterday, day before, in the government. See what I mean? And if they wasn't sit somewhere and watch one of those videos, the commercial come on by accident, they flicking through their joint or whatever, and see that it will hit their heart. It'd be like, what the fuck, I fired me too, this bitch ass nigga. It would. You need to touch people at this point, broad. You know what I'm saying? And I think Booker is starting. Schumer fucked this moment up. Now my man right here, manufactured the moment so you can do it again. You got another chance. You know what I'm saying? All of them, everybody has another chance. To me, Democrats now, by Trump winning, you have a chance now to tell people who are y'all? What the fuck do y'all do? And like this 25-hour joint, he explained in a lot of situations where Obama did this, Clinton did such and such, and then this was reversed. That's what I wanted. That's what I've been screaming for. You got to put in an atmosphere of what the hell y'all do compared to what the fuck they've been doing. People don't know they've been trying to take your health care and you've been trying to give it to them. You gotta let people know that's what's been going on over years. And once everybody put all that in one bottle, and then you say corporate or whatever the fuck, all that together. So next time when it's time to vote, everybody's thinking corporate motherfuckers took my job, they fucked my money. All that will go into one thing. Man, make me a strategist, man. Hey, Democrats, call your boys. We got this, you know what I'm saying? But